Hello! I'm so grateful to be here. I'm showing up for you. If you're live with me, drop in the chat. Let me know where you're coming in from. I had you on my heart. So I said to my team, it's time for me to go live again. And I'm going to, my goal is to actually go live daily, if not every other day between patients. And why are you on my heart? You're on my heart because the holidays are nearing. They're right around the corner. Next week, for those of us in the US, it is Thanksgiving, and I love the holidays, and I love Christmas, and I just love all the energy behind it. And the truth is like my upbringing, it just has always embraced the holidays. However, I know it's tough for many of you. So if this is a tough time, I'm really in the bottom of my heart sending you so much love, and just be patient with yourself as we step into these holiday seasons. And maybe, just maybe, you could create a word that could take you through this season, that would help you stay grounded in yourself and in your authentic self. And that is true whether you're actually in love with the holidays and excited like I am, or it's a struggle. Maybe you've lost a loved one. Maybe there's a struggle with your work, with your career. Our world has certainly been in upheaval. But I just know, like, when I show up for each and every one of you, it just really warms my heart to be here. And so I get to support you through the holiday season, and that is my 100% goal. That's why I'm showing up for you and just really guiding you, because the truth is if we don't put energy and passion behind what we want to get out of life, and we don't follow through with that goal, we certainly begin to start to lose our footing. And I know, like, I just spoke to a new patient who's going to be with me next week. She snagged a spot. Typically, you can't get in right away, but she's just really frustrated where her health journey is right now. And she doesn't feel like she's getting the answers. And she feels like she's just getting a pill to sleep, pill to fix her GI disorders. And, when I hear and I speak to these individuals, like, we're human, like, it actually brings a tear to my eye. And that's what I love, what I get to do. And when I show up online, it's more of, how can I support you at a distance, whether it be your nutrition, whether it be your mindset, wherever it is, to actually support you with the relationship with yourself. Because really what begins to happen is, if we lose ourselves in health, and we feel bloated all the time and exhausted all the time, and like we're struggling, I have patients struggling to get out of bed, right? Is that you? If that's you, drop struggling in the chat. And they feel like if they can't do this, it feels so lonely. It feels like, so, like, nothing will help them climb that mountain. Sarah, I'm sending you love. I hear you. I see you. I can't even imagine how that feels for you, but keep showing up with us, and I'm going to walk you through this journey. It's reach out to loved ones, connect with people that you haven't connected with for a while, and really muster inside. And this is for everyone. If you have spirituality in your heart, God in your heart, like, I'm showing up all this season for you. You don't have to feel alone, but it can feel alone. And your heart has certainly probably got disrupted, and you're trying to find your way. But the way feels dark. The way feels lonely. The way feels like, which way do I go? Like two roads. If those of you that follow me, I did this post not too long ago about two roads diverged into one, and I was having a really hard morning, and I took the one that I knew that would get me back on track. And I was out walking with my love, my dog Bodhi, and just guiding and listening to God's words that, like, get me up, pull me up. Like, it's just has been a tough morning and no good news. And I know many of you go through this every single day. And when I tell my patients, it's not what I give you for a treatment plan. It is. I'm a I'm a doctor, but it's also like, where are you giving up on yourself? Where have you tried everything and you're just not getting the answers? I want you to, if you feel right, take out a piece of paper. Like, I don't just show up for you not to really think about, like, what could my next pivot be? Like Dr. Donnie who said that. I didn't think about calling that particular person, or I didn't really realize like I could go there, right? And so, I'm so excited coming into the holidays because many of you have asked me for so much support. And whether it's you can't find the time, whether you can't find the commitment, I don't know what the true answer is. But if you don't start to create the time for yourself and the passion to heal your heart, to heal your joints, to heal your sleep, to heal your mind, like, our minds stop us and we think we can do this alone. And I'm telling you, you can't do it alone. I couldn't do it alone when I was depressed, in bed, couldn't get out of bed. Like, I was showing up, I was asking questions, I was saying, God, you got my back. Where do I need to go next? Who has the answers for me? Because I'm not taking that. I know this won't heal me. Like, there's a deeper sense. And I was only a teenager. For those of you that are on with me live, please let me know where you're showing up from. Because the truth is if you set an intentions go a long way. Many of you that follow me also realize, like, how important is your health vision? Have you written that health vision down? Have you truly gotten committed to it? Because when you pay attention and you pay and you move forward, that's when you actually get results, right? That's where you get to bring it in and you get to do the healing. So you could take this with anything. However, we look at like healing as so difficult, but so many of us are looking for the external environment for us to heal. We're looking for a pill. Yes, maybe that's important during what we call acute. Within the week, you came down with a cold or flu, and maybe you just need something. But maybe you don't need anything. Maybe you have an immune system will fight the infection. Like, wouldn't that be beautiful? The next infection comes your way, everybody around you gets sick but you. How empowering would that be? I know it because my patients that walk with me on this journey, they can tell me their teachers, their students, everybody around them, their husbands, their wives, they've gotten sick, but they did not get sick. Why? Because they began to do the deep root of the healing. So I want to address challenge right now because I want to call out the elephant in the room. Like, when you recognize that you have a struggle around your health, but you begin to lose your passion around wellness, be gentle on yourself. Or, as you mentioned, if you're going through a difficult time, be gentle. Like, I did a reel today about perfection. Health isn't perfection. What I tell my patients is I tweak my health every single day. Maybe I need more protein. I know I'm fortunate. I look at all the herbal teas in my clinic and maybe I just need a certain herb. Like today I needed ashwagandha, I needed holy basil, I needed eleuthero and licorice. So I made myself a tea. Like, we are so withdrawn from who we are inside, and we're told that we have to take a pill that will get us to the other side. But I know many of you don't like the word work, but the work that you do with yourself right now, each and every day, is going to take you to the next level of healing. Getting out in the sunshine, taking your shoes off. I don't care how cold it is. It's 35 degrees here. I looked outside. I have a long day, but I'm committed to doing my walk tonight. And we'll be doing our walk in probably 20-degree weather. Don't feel bad for me. It makes us tougher. I get out in that fresh air. That helps build my immune system. I do my box breathing or my 30 count breathing. I don't know what it is. I show up and I do it and I listen and I say, what do I need tonight to get myself back into me? Because I've been healing with patience. Who do I get to be right now? Like, what are my needs? Because if we continue to support everybody else around us and we don't look inward to healing ourselves, then we get lost. And who suffers? Loved ones, friends, your work, your vision for your career. Without a vision, you'll perish. You hear many of you hear me say this. Like, what I want you to write down, like, what word comes up for you right now when I say, like, what do you get to do to heal? What is stopping you from healing? Are you trying to pull in all these different courses and all these different classes? Are you following somebody that's really, the message is clear and they're in their heart? They're showing up with their heart. Have you asked for support? Have you gotten on a call for support? Have you reached out to practitioners? Because we're coming into a super busy season. And if you don't set yourself up right now, then the journey is going to be a tough one. Like I say, take a rock, throw it in the water, watch it ripple out. That rock is you right now. We're stepping into the holidays. Do you want your ripple effect to be joy and happiness and health and energy, feel less bloated, live in your body, be more at peace? Because if you answered yes, then you're in the right place. You're stepping up for yourself. So it can often, I remember I was so frustrated and confused when I couldn't find answers. And I just was like, is this going to be the rest of my life? And the answer was no, because I was committed to finding an answer. I was passionate, I was committed, and I knew there was an answer for me. But hear me out. It took me 6, 7, actually 9 years to find the practitioner that got to the root cause of my healing. 9 years. But I kept showing up for myself because I knew there was an answer. And it's so important to get to the root cause of the illness, because if you're staying out in the periphery and you're not going in and doing that inner work, maybe you have a micronutrient deficiency, maybe you're not eating protein, your grams in protein for ideal body weight. Maybe your ideal body weight's 120, 130, 150. I don't know. You need to get those grams in a protein every day. 50 to 75 grams of fat. Maybe you'd need more. I don't know what that looks like. 100 grams of carbs. Like, I've gone over and over this. I mean, I even have a handout that could take you there as well. And those of you that want those handouts, like, DM me, because I don't always have them handy. I try to have them handy, but the truth is I'm real. I'm jumping. A patient just left at 3:00. I jumped on live with you at 3:01, right? So I want to have everything. I want it to be perfect, but it doesn't have to be perfect, because I'm only human. I can only do so much. But what I know, is I'm here to support you. And it's so important to get to the root cause, because if you don't get to the root cause of your healing, then it can just fester and cause more illness. It can just fester and cause more illness. So as you begin to unlock and you work with a practitioner that can help get you there, then that's when you really get answers. So what I want to say to you right now, swing back around for what I started with, is it's so important to set your health goals and your intentions. I'm not here to diagnose, treat a condition online with you right now. I'm here to empower you to get your questions answered that you might be struggling with. I'm here to show up with you and let you know that healing is physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Sleep is important. The gut health is important. Like, all of that is important for your strong immunity. And when we're feeling like so many people are, they feel like they're lost. They feel like there's no answers. They feel like their life has gotten disrupted. That alone can cause illness. That alone can cause illness. When you're struggling with, where do I go? What does it look like? I can't get this under control. Somebody mentioned in the chat, like, financial stability. Like, then you get to write that down and you get to commit to that, because, having wealth, having finances, like, you get to create answers for yourself. And all of you that are on here now or listening to the recording are very intelligent. Don't let yourself down. God did not create your blueprint on this earth to not be able to live in abundance, to live in into freedom of who you are, freedom of what you want. You get to be you. Don't cookie cutter yourself. Don't try to follow somebody else's health plan, because I'm telling you, with love, it won't work. Because you see your sister, your brother, your mother, your father, your wife, your husband, your friends looking great. Anti-aging is eating a whole nutrient-dense diet, getting in quality fats, stopping massive amounts of sugar. I tell patients, if I can't bring their inflammation down, I can't. Like, it's just, they get to make a commitment to change their nutrition. So it is so important to have your clear health goals and write it somewhere. Talk about it every day to yourself. Discuss it, ask questions. Like, I need support. Like, guide yourself on how to create intentions. Like, every morning, I do my mentors, Chris and Lori Harder. I have several, but they're one of them in the business world. And they taught me, what are 3 things that you're grateful for? What are 3 things that you're excited about? And what are you dreaming into? What is your true vision? Like, what is your true vision of what's happening for you right now? Because the truth is when you step into overcoming this and creating that meaningful, achievable intention, not attention, then you start to get results. 100% commitment. What is 100% commitment to you? What are you struggling with? There's one person that's mentioned in here what they're struggling with, right? Those of you that are online right now, what are you struggling with? If you're listening to this as a recording, let us know what you're struggling with so my team can reach out to you. What sort of support are you looking for? I know what you've all asked for. I have surveyed you and surveyed you and surveyed you. And I am so excited. I can't wait to share with you what's coming up starting next week, because you requested something and I listened. Every time I did a live, every time I did a summit, every time I interviewed, every time I looked at the questions, those questions and answers are important for me, because then I know where you're struggling. If you don't share with me, like, showing up can sometimes be difficult, because I'm like, what am I showing up for, right? So, like, the truth is when you're, how do you explore getting committed is what I want to say. Like, what is stopping you? Like, if you don't have an answer right now, write down, like, what is stopping me from setting my whole health goal or intention? And start to ask yourself that today. Start to get obsessed with it, right? Like, overcoming your mindset blocks are so important. Like, common mental barriers are like, people are looking at you small. They're not looking at you big, like a flower, like climbing that mountain. Like, she could never do that. He could never do that. That's just not true. What is a common mental barrier that is hindering you on your progress? Like, what does that look like? How can you start to overcome these mindset blocks? How can you overcome what? I'm going to type, somebody's asking me a question. How are you overcoming these mindset blocks? Like, what can that look like for you? I would say, Mel Robbins does like the 5-second rule, like, say, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump out of bed, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, high five yourself. Like, so empowering. There's so many people that are empowering around mindset and personal development. And the truth is if I hadn't done the personal development that I did, I wouldn't be where I am. Like, I'm here showing up for you. So it is so important to figure out where your mind is blocking you. What is the story that you're telling yourself? How can you rewrite your story? Because if you're behind yourself and your old self is pulling you backwards and you're trying to pull yourself forward, kind of like shackles, then how are you going to get to the next level of who you get to be right now? Right? So it's so important to have a positive attitude when you're creating these healthy habits. Many of you know my 2 favorite books are Atomic Habits and Tiny Habits. And like, If you're stuck with creating habits, read that, then reach out and ask me questions. I suggest to patients, like, create new habits, because the habits that you have right now, whether it's around exercise, whether it's around eating, I don't know what you're struggling with right now, but there's an answer for you. There is 100% an answer for you. But you get to create positivity to get yourself there and on track. And I am here to empower you to really take charge of your health, because you have one life. Life is urgent. If you don't have health and wellness right now, how are you going to show up for the holidays? Wouldn't you love to show up for the holidays with, like, better energy? Like, you're going to go have so much fun. You're going to do something that you've never done before. Your body is going to carry you. If you're with chronic fatigue or a viral infection or bacterial infection, or you're just going to keep dousing your body in that sugar. Sugar is an addictive drug. We just did the 5-day sugar challenge. So many people had so much, like, opening when they were listening to it, and then, returning back to me and asking me questions. It wasn't as parent live because many people had excuses as to why they couldn't show up. Why can't you show up for yourself? You get to ask yourself that. You get to ask yourself that, because inspiring you to take charge of your health and wellness journey, that comes from within, but I'm outside cheering you on. So when you begin to transform your mind and your body, and you get to eat whole nutrient dense foods, you move your body, you sleep 8 to 9 hours a night if that's what you need for recovery, you keep your stress levels down, all those probiotics that you're taking, why can't you get it from micronutrients? Why can't you get it from vegetables? I'm not saying probiotics are bad. Please don't quote me on that. I'm just saying we can get our nutrition from our food. We can get our joy from our food. If you're feeling like your brain is heavy and you don't have any joy, you can get that from your food. But if you're addicted to sugar, your body's confused because it's running on sugar. And it's going to want more sugar, and it's going to crave more sugar. And your dopamine is going to be like, woohoo, like, this sugar journey is so much fun. But the truth is, it's not fun. You're breaking down your hormones. Your hormones aren't able to be used appropriately because, cortisol is in there helping bring your sugar back up, and insulin is in there trying to put your sugar into places it shouldn't be. Then you end up with all this bloating. You end up with these mood swings. Like, I don't know what it is, but there's an answer for you. When you transform your nutrition and you go through wellness pillars, the pillars that I'm going to talk about in a minute, then that's when you get to a stronger, healthier version of yourself. Where you are right now, you can either have two choices. You can go down and down and down, or you can go up. That's all up to you. That is 100% your journey on what your choices are. Stop neglecting your overall health. Your health is urgent. I do not want to get a phone call from you like a year from now going, I shouldn't have waited. I heard you on the line the last 4 years, and you were just speaking into me, but I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't afford it. I didn't know how to show up for myself. I'm telling you, I am human. I have a big heart. I have patients tell me this all the time. I am here to support you. So the 7 pillars of wellness, what does that look like? How do you get to eliminate your fatigue? How do you get to learn healthier habits? How can you reduce inflammation? We get to look at your physical body, eating nourishing foods to heal. Looking at your gut health. The environment is not healthy anymore. It's toxic, and all that toxicity that's coming in, whether it's 5G, whether it's genetically modified foods, whether it's sugar, your body's gut and environment, like, the immunity is just getting overwhelmed. So detoxing to stay healthy. And I'm not talking about going on a 21-day detox and then you're one and done. you feel great, and then you go back to eating the way you did. No, that's not how change steals. It's not how it gets instilled, but flipping how your blood sugar is being used in your body is so important. I bet many of you are living on sugar right now. If you're living on sugar right now and you're addicted to sugar right now, put sugar in the chat. And you should have done the five-day sugar challenge with me, because those were sets up for goals to take you through the holiday season so you can have peace, love, and joy in your heart. So as we move forward, like, sleep is so important. I have so many patients say, Dr. Donahue, I've been like on 3 to 4 hours of sleep my whole life, and like, I'm fine, I'm good. You're not, because when you sleep, you heal. Did you realize that? You get to stay energy and balanced and reduce your strain. Like, your healing happens at night. It doesn't happen when you're trying to process thoughts, or you're trying to get through that angered situation, or you're trying to get that work project done, or you're trying to get your children to school. Like, it doesn't happen then. It happens when your nervous system is at ease, you're in a deep REM sleep, and you're sleeping soundly. So if you're struggling with sleep, like, don't struggle anymore. Like, it just is not something that you need to struggle with. I am going to drop my sleep program in here. $77. It will teach you how to sleep. It will take you through the steps of sleeping. If you're struggling with insomnia, if you can't get out of bed, I work with patients all the time. That is your guide. That will take you through. Like, who can't find $77 for yourself? Because your health is your best investment. And then lastly, I want to talk about your exercise and movement. Getting active, getting strong, not going in and beating yourself up at the gym. Like I mentioned to you, I'm doing a 45-minute walk tonight. I'm committed to that. I'm committed to that for my mind, for my health, for who I am. So I lift weights every single day. I move my body every single day. It doesn't have to be like at the gym where you have to be tied up. You get to figure out what works for you. And the beauty in today's world that has come out of COVID is there's so many options. So when patients tell me there's no options, and I go through a list of all those options, they're like, wow, I never thought about that. Because the truth is they were stuck in their illness. They were stuck into why they weren't feeling good. And they've been trained that if they're given a pill, they'll feel better. Yes, there's a time and a place for medicine, but we have amazing herbs that God has given to us, right? So when the last pillars that I want to talk about is spirituality, finding, calm and contentment inside. Finding calm and contentment inside. Maybe it's God, maybe it's the universe, maybe it's Buddha, maybe it's Hare Krishna. I don't know what that is. Maybe you're Jewish, maybe you're Christian, maybe you're Protestant, maybe you're Episcopalian. I don't know that either. Buddhism. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you find a plan that works for you. All of these 7 steps are taking you through that plan. And lastly, what I started with and what I'm coming back around to, that is the number one most important piece that stops you, is your mind. Do you really realize how powerful your mind is? How many times have you been going about your day and you're happy and you're joyful and it's morning, and all of a sudden you get that phone call, or all of a sudden you get that email, or something shows up for you and it's not the answer you wanted? Then you start managing your mind, and then you fall out of track for yourself. That happens all the time. It happens to me. It happens all the time. I mean, this just happened to a patient recently. She wanted her 11 o'clock today. We already filled that slot. I'm sorry, I got patients to heal. So now she had to wait 2 weeks. What did she do? She thought she wasn't important. And her friend said to her, you know what Dr. Donahue is doing for you? So much. You get to call and create that appointment again. It was too late. I didn't have time. I didn't have time that she could come today based on her schedule and my schedule. So now she has to wait actually until December. Sad, right? Your life is urgent. Your health is urgent. And the more that you wait and the more that you don't take charge right now is the more that your body can break down. And mastering your mindset to revitalize yourself is super important. That is 100% important. So, as you embark on your journey, like finding resources, finding support with people that have your heart, have you back, that are there with you. Like, I'm so grateful that I've been doing this for 18 years with patients. Like, you get into your own confidence and clarity and excitement for what's coming ahead of you. Maybe the holidays are going to be difficult or challenging. Choose something that is a word or an energy or something new that you're going to do that will get you through what the next, is it 45 days? I don't know how many days till the end of the year. I'm not really sure exactly. I'm going to use that as a number. And how many of you wait until 2024 or wait until the new year, should I say? And you're like, I'm going to eat that sugar. I'm going to do those things. I'm going to have these unhealthy thoughts. Like, I'll fix my mindset. I'm going to fix my mindset come the beginning of the year. How's that working for you? And research shows people stay on track for the first 5 weeks and then, whew. So why do you think I teach Health Vision the 6th week? Why do you think I show up for you guys again? Because this is when things start to get difficult again. The holiday excitement is over. The ball has fallen. We're now into a new year, and you committed to all these New Year's resolutions, but you committed too much. Your mind can't make massive changes like you want. I'm committing to like losing 100 pounds next year. Like, okay, it is possible, but how about you commit to like feeling better? How about you commit to taking sugar out of your nutrition plan? Like, how can we raise your energy that you get excited to make change and show up for yourself? That's what I want to leave you with. Like, this positive, uplifting energy that is going to encourage you and get you excited to start right after this live. Like, what is one thing that you can do as soon as we get off this live that's going to make your life healthier tomorrow? Maybe you have chocolate every single night. Maybe try doing it every other week. Every other day. Sorry. Maybe you have to have a glass of wine every night. Maybe you could do it like 4 times this week. Maybe next week you could do it 2 times. I don't know what your vice is. I don't know where you're struggling unless you let me know. And those of you that know me know that you get a response from me when you ask these questions. So all of those key points, all of those, the pillars that we talked about, like a healthier body, removing toxicity and creating healthy gut health, balancing your blood sugar, your sleep, your exercise and movement, spirituality, like a healthier spirit, feeling calmness inside of you, and then your healthier mind because your mind is so powerful. That's how I want to sum up today. That's what I want you to think about. If you think about those 7 pillars, what is the pillar that you're challenged with right now? If you're feeling strong and you know the answer, those of you that are online, drop it in the chat. If you're listening to this as a recording, let me know later. Email me. I will put my email to my team in the box. Email me. I put it in the message box. Let me know, like, what is this action that you can start taking after listening to this live? You get to be so empowered this season, and you get to transform. Because when you commit to yourself and you get passion in your heart, I know that you can transform yourself. You can transform every single moment. It just starts with, like, right now. Am I going to drink half of my body weight in ounces? Am I going to drink a gallon of water? Am I going to put a reverse osmosis system so that I don't have toxicity in my water? I don't know what that is, but you do. And you're only fooling yourself if you're not taking charge of your health right now. I love you. I love each and every one of you. We are all in this together. We get to all figure this out. And the holidays get to be happy. They get to be healthy. They get to be inspirational. And you get to step outside of your box. Go on that skinny branch. Do something like you've never done. Maybe you have a challenge with a loved one. Mend that relationship. You have one life. How many more summers do you have? How many more holidays do you have? Are you going to continue to struggle through the holiday, or are you going to show up in love and enjoy and let people know the amazing person you are? You get to ask yourself that, because the truth is, I can't do the work for you. I can only show up for you. I know what my downfalls are, and I ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. The day I started asking for help was the day I was in my bed and I couldn't get out of bed. And for goodness gracious, I was only a teenager. I don't know if there's any teenagers listening to this. I was only a teenager. And I thought, God, I can't live my life like this the rest of my life. I know you have an answer for me. What's the answer? And what I want to leave all of you with, so I can go see my next patient, is what do you need support with? What does that get to look like? And keep your eyes peeled, because next week I'm dropping something amazing that you've all asked for. And those of you that are struggling financially, it's not a huge bearing on your wallet, but I know it will be a good one. And I am just so excited. I've been working on it and working on it. And I just am so excited to enroll it out for you. So I'm sending you all so many blessings on this Tuesday. And I know that you are wanting to heal because you're here. So much love. Have an amazing day. I love you all. Be well. Continue on your health journey. You deserve to show up as your true, authentic self, with the energy, with the power, with the clarity, with the commitment to empower yourself and embark on what your health journey gets to look like. Bye, everyone.